Big Country here. WBCW Networks, Florida Country Radio, hanging with you today on a Wednesday afternoon. It's nice and warm and sunny here in beautiful Orlando, Florida. For all you people up north that's got snow and cold, I'm sorry. I would invite you down, but the coronavirus has got you pegged in the house and you can't come out. So I'm thinking about going to the beach this afternoon, just to let you know. But it is a nice day. We're going to be talking with Sam Grow here in a few minutes. He's got a brand new single that just dropped on Friday, and I think you're going to love it. It's called Song About You, and we're going to hang with him and talk with him for a little bit and see what he's doing and what he's up to. But we got a bunch of other ones to round out the rest of the week. We got Jessie Lynn. We got Eleanor. Still can't pronounce her last name. I'll figure it out one way or another. So we got actually two of them tomorrow. One at 8 o'clock p.m. and one at 3 o'clock p.m. So make sure you check that out. And then rounding off the week, we got Deanna Wheeler. She's going to be hanging with us here on Friday. There's our man right there, the man of the hour. Let me send him a message. Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
What's up, man?
Dan, what's going on?
Nothing much, dude. How are you?
I'm good. What's shaking? Last time I tried to get a chance to talk to you was wasn't last year. It was the year before. I had thought it was actually. I think it was a mistake on our part. I thought you were going to be down here in Florida in Cocoa Beach with our buddy Colt Ford, but that was not the case. So I told Joe, your manager, I said, "Well, make sure next time he's in town to hook me up so we can actually come and talk to you." But now, hey, we're all quarantined, so we might as well just do the video thing, right?
That's right, bro. We ain't got nothing else to do except shoot these videos.
Exactly. Right? So, how you guys doing? You guys doing all right?
Good, man. Doing real good. I have a nice little piece of property out here in Manchester, Tennessee. So I've been quarantining since the middle of March and just staying out here on the property and doing what I'm supposed to do. You know, trying to flatten the curve. I'm just ready to get back out and play shows. I've been
I think everybody is. I think everybody's ready to get back out and do something. I mean, because it's almost like a tease where you're opening one part of the country but still keeping the other part closed. I mean, you know, you knew it was going to start a problem when they decided to say, okay, Georgia, we're going to go ahead and open up the bars and the bowling alleys, and Florida, we're going to open up the beaches again. So you knew that was going to cause a problem right there.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
but
it's crazy, man. I was on tour with Colt and Co Wetzel in Florida when all this stuff started. It was my last little run of shows that I did.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, and see, we had a bunch of stuff that had planned too, but like everything else, everything gets pushed towards the end of the year. So hopefully we'll get all this stuff taken care of and get out so we can do what we got to do for the end of the year. But you just had a brand new single that dropped on Friday. Tell us about it.
I did, man. It's a song I've been trying to put out forever. One of my best friends in the world is a guy named Taylor Phillips. He's a songwriter here in town. We met when I was on tour with Kelly Pickler. He was selling her T-shirts back then. And since then, he wrote Hurricane for Luke Combs. He wrote Good As You and Homesick for Kane Brown. So he's had a few number ones now. But he wrote this song with another artist named Kenton Bryant and then another guy named Joey Hyde back in 2018. And as soon as he left the right, he called me and was like, hey, I love this song, and I think that you should record it, though. And I told all my buddies, like, in the writing room that day that we have to pitch it to you first. So he played it for me, and I just signed my deal with Average Joe's. So he played it for me. I love the song. Well, Warner Chapp had other plans, Taylor's Potion Company, so they pitched it around town, and there was a couple other artists that snagged it on hold before I could get it recorded. But lucky for me, those artists had a couple shakeups at their label, and then the song was freed up again. So come my second album, I grabbed it and recorded it, and Cole had me put it out for the first single.
I definitely got to say something about Average Joe's. great bunch of people over there.
Yeah.
They take care of Colt Ford. I know Sarah Ross.
Yeah.
She's one of their artists.
Yeah.
I believe Moccasin Creek was at one time. They're a bunch of friends of mine. A lot of the I call them mud hole artists because I've done a lot of events with mud holes and stuff like that back in the day. But great bunch of people over there. Shout out to them. How long have you been doing music now?
That's every bit of 16 years. I've been doing it since I was 16. So
Really?
yeah, I graduated early. I graduated at 17. The minute I got out of high school, I started hitting the road. I played like 250 dates a year since then. So yeah, man,
So you're self-taught.
I mean, yeah, mainly, but not like in a, I have self-taught talent kind of thing. It's mainly just because I'm extremely impatient, so I didn't want to like take lessons.
Right here, I'm the same way.
Yeah, literally how I learned how to play guitar was I bought one of those chord sheets from Walmart and like stuck it on my wall and like would look at my fingers on the guitar and like try to line it up to figure it out. Like, so yeah, it's only because of impatience. That's why it's self-taught.
It's ironic because for years I've been trying to teach myself to play guitar because I can read and write sheet music. I can play the keyboard. I can pencil pick and tell you every note. But for some reason I just can't put my two hands together to play guitar. For some reason, I don't know why, but I've been trying to teach myself for a long time to do that. But
well, you're one up on me, brother. I can't read sheet music, so that's if they put it in front of me.
Right. See, that's what I learned back in middle school because of course, every middle school back then had a band. You had a choir or a band. So I signed up for the band. If they'd offered guitar back then, I took saxophone. If they offered guitar, I think I'd have been playing guitar till to this day.
Yeah, man.
But so it's harder to try to teach yours if you don't have the mentality of forcing yourself to study. And when you got OCD like me and can't sit still, it's hard to teach yourself if you don't really put forth into it.
Legit, completely can relate.
Yeah, that's the bad thing. What else has been going on besides you got your new single? Are we looking for an album maybe coming up shortly?
Yeah, I've recorded 9 songs so far of my 12, but we'll probably release them in EPs. So we definitely have a new batch of songs that'll be coming after we push this single for a little while. Hopefully, middle of the summer, we'll drop a package of them and a new single then. But yeah, we've been in the studio working since February. So we've been doing it and knocking stuff out.
Now I know a lot of you guys from Average Joe's likes to come down, especially Colt. He likes to come to Florida and play. Do you try to get down to Florida to play as much as you can?
Yeah, this past year I've played Florida more than I ever have in my life, but it's because Colt comes down a lot. So anytime y'all show so much love to him, and anytime he can bring anybody down along with him to see what kind of love he receives in the great state of Florida, he tries to. So he's brought me down a couple times this past year, and we'll definitely be back again. I love playing in Florida, man.
We're based out of Central Florida, but actually I live 3 minutes around the corner from the barn in Sanford.
Oh, dude, the barn was great.
So,
were you at that Colt show at the barn?
No. The last time I seen Colt play was when he was over in Cocoa, which was, I got busy doing other stuff, family stuff last year, but the year before when he was out in Cocoa, that's when I caught up with Colt and actually got to talk to him and interview him and stuff like that. But I haven't talked to him since because I know he's been busy doing things and stuff.
Yeah, the barn was crazy, dude. It was crazy. It was awesome.
Yeah. If you ever get a chance, have you been to the barn?
Yeah, I played it with Colt.
All them pictures, it's on the wall. Let me tell you something. I'm an old guy, and I've been around. That place has been kicking. It's not the same like it used to be back for us old guys back in the day when you had live music. But now, you got. Garth. I've interviewed Garth Brooks' daughter right there because he's got pictures on the wall. Travis Tritt, Randy Travis. All the old people. Pictures all over that place. It's an icon. I hope if they ever decide to tear it down, they need to find some way to pick up the building and move it and make it a museum because there's a lot of history.
Legendary, man. You can feel it in there too.
Yeah.
And the crowd, the energy was unbelievable. It was sold out when I played it with them, and it was just awesome.
Yeah, it's Yeah, I've been here. Like I said, I've been here pretty much all my life, and it's just it's a good place to be, especially when you're on this end of town. And really, it's the only place on this end of town for miles on end before you get to any place else. So, and that's what kind of makes it. That's what kind of makes it good. And it's right there on the water too. So, which is really
that never sucks.
No, it doesn't really. What who have you played with this now? I mean, I know you run the circles and everything, but who have you played with that's really been an influence in your music?
Man, this is my same answer, and it probably always will be till the day that I die. I got to play my first stadium show with Leonard Skinner and Hank Williams Jr.
Really?
Yeah, and Leonard Skinner's is a big influence. I love that Southern rock sound, and I got to play with him 2 times, and but that was my first stadium show I ever played, and that'll be one that I remember forever because it was their farewell tour. So,
right.
And they actually called William Morris, the agency we were on at the time, and requested that we come play with them. So that's something.
Cool.
Yeah, that's something that I'll remember forever.
That is cool. I would have, I would have loved to get to meet them guys and actually talk to them. It's Leonard Skinner has been around for as long as I can remember, and their music, it is true Southern rock country, and that's what's nice about it.
Yeah.
And I get to DJ. I've been the DJ and host at Bike Week in Daytona for the last 7 years.
Awesome.
So I get to talk and hang out with the guys, Molly Hatchet. I get to talk to them guys. So it's great just to see the old Southern rock bands that come through. Greg Allman hangs out there all the time,
dude.
So we need to get you hooked up and to play at Bike Week in Daytona.
Oh, I would love to. Do you ride?
I used to when I was married, but I lost my bike 16 years ago, and I haven't really had time to get back into it. But I think before I get to the point where I can't ride anymore, I get too old. I think one more project I'm going to do is build me a custom trike. And I already know what I want. I don't want just a basic Harley trike. I want a custom-built, bad-ass trike is what I want.
When we get that sucker built, man, we're going to have to ride together.
Hell yeah. We'll definitely have to.
Yeah.
Definitely. What's, now, has your tour, let's see, you're done with your tour, so you really you don't have anything set in stone for the rest of the year, so you're pretty much up in the air of doing what you want to do, right?
Yeah, I mean, we have some dates that are on hold right now, but because of the craziness of everything, we're waiting to announce. We're hoping to be back on the road soon, and we just keep having to push dates. What sucks is we had a full West Coast tour that we were going to do before all this hit. I was one of the new faces for the ACM Awards. I was going to do that for Vegas,
cool.
and all that, and then it got canned. So real bummed. So we're going to have to go back out to the West Coast to make up all those dates, and then we'll be doing some more after that.
But now, aren't they going to redo the ACM Awards? I think they're going to redo them again. You're going to go to that, right?
Oh yeah.
So we'll still get to see you. Okay, so that's cool.
We'll be there. Yeah, I was excited about it, man. It was me, Adam Doliak, King Calloway, and one other one, Tennille Arts. So it's like all the new graduating class of artists. Right. I was really excited to A, watch that show, and B, be a part of it. So I'll look forward when we can do it eventually, you know.
What's the biggest stage that you've ever played on so far?
It's got to be that Skinner show. It's Forest Hill Stadium in New York. And dude, I mean, the Beatles have played there. It's a legendary place to play and see. And it's just, kind of like the barn. You can feel the history. I mean, the Stones have played there. So you feel the history on the stage and in the seats. And it's just awesome to be there.
Cool. How many acres you got out there in Tennessee?
17.
17.
Yeah.
What do you do for fun when you're not farting around with music and on the road all the time?
I'm probably here. I'm in my studio right now. I'm blessed enough to have a studio here on my property. Do you
hunt or fish?
Yeah, and I was about to say, and I have a pond.
I was going to say,
stock pond out there, so I go out there and fish, and I have a shooting range and everything out here too, so I can shoot some guns, get all my redneck stuff out. I love bonfires, man. Anytime I can set up a fire.
That's pretty much what Florida is.
Yeah.
here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to devise a situation or a venue to where we can have this place out in the middle of nowhere, out in the middle of the woods, to where people can park at least 100, 200 trucks or cars and back it up to a bonfire and actually have a stage to where they can perform outside to everybody that's sitting on their tailgates, drinking their beer or their moonshine, hanging out at the bonfire. That would be, to me, that would be the ultimate venue right there.
Dude, absolutely.
Yeah, that's pretty much what Florida is nowadays. I mean, especially when you're thinking of Okeechobee, Florida, and in Seminole, Florida. All the places where a lot of the rednecks, are hanging out, and that you don't know about. But
I was about to say, I'm sure there's a Florida redneck that'll let us make that happen down there, man.
I trust me. I put some ideas in a lot of people's heads. I'm trying to get the money makers on board. I'm talking to Blake, talking to John Rich, from Big and Rich, Cowboy Troy. So my name's getting around. I'm just it's just not it's not going fast enough. So, but
John Rich is a good dude, man.
He is. I think he's a great guy. I got tied in with him with his Riviera whiskey. Matter of fact, met him when he was doing his tour down here. The first liquor store that he stopped. Matter of fact, right up the street from the barn, and got to sit and chance talk with him and hang out with him. But who else would you like to play with if you had the chance? If you ever had the chance to play with one person, let's say dead or alive, if they've passed on or if they're still alive, who would be your ideal person besides Leonard Skinner?
Man, that's such a tough one for me because there's two. They're like two of the biggest influential people in my musical career. But right. I'm probably going to go ahead and side with Brooks and Dunn. I'd love to play a show with Brooks and Dunn. I got to play a show with Ronnie Dunn when he was doing his solo tour for his solo record.
Oh, yeah? Really?
And it was awesome, and he was like one of the nicest, down-to-earth guys ever. And, man, this past year I was so blessed. I got to play a show with some of my heroes. I played with Gary Allen, who's one of my heroes. And
yes, Gary. Yeah, I love his music from back in the 90s. Yeah,
got to play with Joe Diffie, too, before his passing, which is, was heartbreaking for me because, I grew up listening to my dad sing along to those songs, so it's awesome to be able to share the stage. But yeah, Brooks and Dunn would be a no-brainer, and of course I love Garth Brooks. If I could ever share the stage with him, that would be insane.
Yeah, every now and then I try to drop hints to Allie, say, hey, can you hook me up with your dad? Yeah, she said, nope, can't do it.
Yeah.
Dang.
Allie's a sweetheart, man. I met her.
Allie, let me tell you, I've met so many people in the industry just in the last couple of years. We went on air live in 2015, and I've done so much just in the last 5 years. Met all kind of people, all kind of influences. It's great. It's awesome. Never thought I'd be doing this in a million years. I spent 20 years in the fire department before I retired.
Oh man, thank you so much for what you did.
And then I got into this, and I've been doing music full time now for probably about 8-9 years. Dude. So, I love it.
Thank you so much, man, for being a first responder. That means a lot. Hearts like yours are the reason why I can go goof off and sing songs for a living, man. I really appreciate that. Well,
thank you. It's like anybody. It's like any other responder would say. It's their job, and they do it because they love to do it. I was the same way. I was in that era when 9/11 was around, and I actually almost went to Ground Zero, but I was one of the fortunate or unfortunate, depends on how you look at it, not to have to go to New York, because I got a lot of friends at New York Fire Department that are having cancer issues or problems just from what was left over from Ground Zero.
Breathing that in, man.
Yeah, but what? You got your guitar sitting there with you?
I think I might be able to scrounge one up.
Come on, I know you do. If you're in your studio, you probably got 5 or 6 of them in there.
I got a few hanging up in here, yeah.
You want to sing us a song? Sing your new song for us.
Let's see.
Come on, man. All the women love to hear guys like you sing.
Oh man.
I need more tattoos. I only got one tattoo. This is the only tattoo I got. I got to get one more tattoo.
Oh man, I love it.
I need to get a bunch of more tattoos.
I don't think you're going to be able to get away with.
If you come down Make sure you bring your tattoo gun so you can tat me up there.
Dude, I got plenty of friends that could hook you up, for sure.
There you go. There you go. That's my kind of deal.
Next time we're in Florida, we ought to just get like an artist to come onto the bus, and you can come kick it on the bus with me, and we'll get one together.
Shoot, yeah, hell yeah. I think we should put, we should put something together and have you and Colt. Do you know Amber Dela Cruz?
I do. I love Amber.
I love Amber. She's a sweet. I got to interview her 2 years ago at down in Port St. Lucie at one of the events. She is a trip, and she is just the most genuine, lovable sweetheart I've ever. And I've met all the younger artists coming up. A lot of people think that we're just strictly for, the big people. No, we take care of all the artists, old and new, because we like the new artists that are coming up. We want to hear new music. I'm still true to old country, but I like some of the new stuff that's coming around.
Yeah, man. Like, what's your poison? What's your favorite?
Mine would be, you're talking old school Shenandoah.
Oh man.
You're talking Joe Diffie, Brooks and Dunn, Old Garth, Sammy Kershaw.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. So old Hank and Willie Wailing, Chris Christopherson.
Yeah, dude.
Ricky Skaggs.
That's all great stuff, man. That's the classics. I'm a '90s kid, man. So like, I graduated in '89. I graduated in '89, so I'll be 50 this year. So I'm not dead yet, but I'm still old enough to know what was going on back in the day. This whole time you've been saying you're old, and you're only 50. You're not even 50 years old.
Man, let me tell you. 20
you still
years.
Got a lot of life to live, brother.
20 years fighting fire puts almost 50 years on your body. Some days are pain in the butt.
So there's this new documentary on Netflix that I watched last night that I probably should have never watched, but I did anyway. And it's called Game Changer. And they were showing how firefighters, like 64% of them, the way they pass is a heart attack because of how stressed. It's called.
You know how when in babies and newborns they have SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome. In firefighters, it's called sudden death syndrome. They don't know when it comes, and they don't know when it's going to happen. It just happens, and that's the one thing that kills a lot of firefighters right now, especially in training, in the academy. For new guys coming in. Your heart your heart just stops working. And if you're lucky that somebody's there that knows CPR, that's right there, that can get starting on you and maybe shock you, you may have a chance to come back. But a lot of them, it's probably one out of every three, if you're lucky, comes back and not have any kind of problems or issues, loss of memory or being a vegetable because they didn't have no oxygen to the brain. So,
man, it's insane.
It's weird. I mean, your heart just, it's like you're going full force, you're doing what you got to do, and then all of a sudden you're just like,
yeah.
My cousin just passed away. First of the year, she was 38. Yeah, 38, and she died from the same thing, sudden death syndrome. There was nothing really wrong with her. She was always hyper, always wound up, but she got up one morning to go to the bathroom, and her husband took out the dog to go walking. He came back in, and she was on the floor.
God, man, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it happens just that quick.
Jeez, man.
And firefighters, you won't even know it hits you. That's how fast it hits you. Most people that has heart attacks, they can feel it coming. This, you don't feel it.
I mean, there's so much involved with it too. I think that people don't understand. Like, you can train forever to go into a fire, but when it's real, it's real. And mentally, it's just like a soldier in battle. Mentally, when it's really happening, it's hard to like wrap your mind around that situation and what's like really going down. I mean, even if you train it's that's why I seriously have the highest respect for anybody who serves and all of our first responders and military men and women. It's a big thing for me,
Have you met Jimmy from Clark Hill yet?
I haven't.
Jimmy is a paramedic. He was a paramedic before he started doing music.
Really?
So he knows he's from up in around Stark, Florida. So he's a Gator boy. I don't like the Gators. Sorry, I'm an FSU boy. Of course, I was born in Ohio, so I'm a Buckeye.
Oh man,
I'm a diehard Buckeye. Guess this. I'm a diehard Buckeye. I played ball at UNC. I love the Florida State Seminoles. Can't stand the Gators. And Miami, I could take them either way. And then now Tampa Bay did what they did. Oh my God, I can't believe that happened.
Because
I couldn't stand the Patriots. Couldn't stand the Patriots. Now I gotta vote for Tampa. Because they do. They got the best quarterback in the league, and they got the best wide receiver in the league.
You see
Holy
Edelman.
cow.
You see Edelman's talking about making the trade too and coming to the Bucks. So they'll have
the trade, it's already done.
Edelman's done?
Yeah, they got Bronski. Yeah, they got him yesterday.
Yeah, but did they get Edelman yet? They're saying that they're going to...
Oh, I don't know about Edelman, no, but they got Bronski and they got Brady, so...
Yeah,
if they play their cards right now, they might have a whole damn team from New England down here.
Yeah, they're saying Edelman's getting ready to make the change too, which would be crazy. It's basically the Patriots, just in a different state.
Yeah, pretty much. Me, I've always been a college boy because too much politics in pro football. College is just all about playing football. The kids are out there having fun, and they're working for that trophy because they know that's what they're working for. It's not about endorsements. It's not about, well, what shoe should I wear this day, or what knee brace I should wear this day, and this and that. It's just too much politics and too much money involved.
Yeah, man. I'm a college avid college football watcher too, and I don't even really have specifically a team. I just like to watch them play in general because, like you said, they are just way more hungry on the field, and there isn't any of that political stuff that's going on. They just play the game, and that's what I want to see. I just want to watch somebody play the game and not do all the other stuff. You
got to be a Vols fan. Are you a Vols fan because you live in Tennessee?
Sadly, I am. It's not much to be.
Sadly? It's
not much.
You just lost half of your fans right there.
No, they all agree with me, dude. We all wear it and love it.
Who's your favorite team?
Huh?
Oh, there's Amber right there. Hey, Amber. Who's your favorite team?
In college?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be the Vols. But I just everybody else who's fans of them as well is they're like me. We had some good, man. It was a good run for a minute there, and then it just went real bad real fast.
Right.
Real fast.
But I think Ohio State. Ohio State, they're doing all right. They'll stay pretty much in the running. The only thing that old Urban Meyer did, the reason he left to head coaching is he took that job as administrator, but technically he's still coaching. He's still part. Yeah, his ear is still in them guys all the time, even though he's sitting on the sidelines.
Yeah.
But I think I just for some reason I just never liked it. I liked the Gators back in the day when Spurrier was there, but that's about the only time.
Well, I don't know if you ever get a chance to talk to old Michael Ray, but don't say that when he's on here.
Michael grew up right down the street, so yeah, I know. I try not to talk. I try not to talk too much about the Gators with Michael, and it's funny because I was down in Tampa covering the Rascal Flatts show, and it was Rascal Flatts, Dan and Shay, and Carly Pierce, and I was sitting there talking to Carly, and when we were talking is when she bleated out on Twitter that her and Michael was an item now. So I know the exact date, the exact time when it became official on Twitter because she was sitting there tweeting it while I was talking to her.
Yeah.
So it was kind of funny. But Michael's a good kid too. I've interviewed him just once. I've interviewed him once. My colleague up in New York, she's actually interviewed him I think twice. Matter of fact, you know my colleague DJ Sandra D.
Yeah, I love her, man.
Yeah,
she's awesome.
She works with me down here. She does a lot of events. She comes down to Florida and works with me on some big events and stuff like that.
I was going to say, I talked with her. I think it was either New York or Jersey.
She's in New York. Yeah. She works with OWWR, one of the college stations there, and she also works for 94.7 Country.
Yeah,
that's downtown.
She's so sweet, man. I think I was playing with Tyler Farr that night.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
All right, play something for us, man. Everybody wants to hear you play, and they don't want to hear me talk. So,
you want me to do a song about you, or you want to play something new?
whatever you want to do, man, it's up to you. What do you think they should hear? You think they should hear something new?
I mean, I can do something new for sure. If you
Or
want.
play something old.
I can go listen to something.
Dude, this is all about you, man. This ain't about me. This is all about you.
Yeah, I wrote this song with one of my really good friends. His name's Terry McBride. He wrote a ton of songs for Brooks and Dunn and Reba and a bunch of other people. But it's kind of my song for this quarantine. It's a song called Little House, and it just kind of makes you think about all the things you should be thankful for, even when times are rough. So
There you go.
this little house sure is something. Beer in the fridge and food in the oven. Good-hearted woman, she's my all or nothing. This little house, it sure is something. No, it don't take a mansion to find what's really important in life. No, we don't have a lot, but we don't do without. And there's a whole lot of love here in this little house. Whole lot of love here in this little house. Yeah, this little town, no, I'll never leave it. It's where Mama found Daddy, we all found Jesus. 3 square miles where our boots run the deepest. In this little town, no, I'll never leave it. No, it don't take a city skyline to find what's important in life. No, we don't have a lot, but we don't do without. And there's a whole lot of love here in this little town. Whole lot of love here in this little town. Whoa, whoa, this little house sure is happy, but 2 little eyes, yeah, looking back at me. A brand new baby with a new mom and daddy. Yeah, this little house, yeah, it sure is happy. No, it don't take a mansion to find what's really important in life. No, we don't have a lot, but we don't do without. And there's a whole lot of love here in this little house. Whole lot of love here in this little town. Yeah, a whole lot of love here in this little house.
A lot of people on here like that song.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I see them. Amber and a bunch of Alice Senders, all bunch of them that like that song. Where'd you get the inspiration to write that song? Where'd that song come from?
So, Terry, he's got this great little house in Franklin, Tennessee. When he first moved to town, before he had anything going on with him, like his career, because he played bass for Brooks and Dunn forever too. And
Right.
so he bought this house. It was just a little house in Franklin, and he has it still. He's not sold it. He's kept everything. He's one of these guys that just keeps everything. And I got to thinking about it on the way over to our right, and just how cool it was that it meant all that stuff means enough to him, and it was a part of his life that he holds on to it. And then all of a sudden that little melody started, going in my head, and I had that title. I sat down and we wrote it in about 35 minutes, 40 minutes, and that was it.
Yeah, I've never understood what makes a songwriter write so many songs. And I mean, you guys write songs less than 15 minutes on a lot of stuff that would take other people 5 or 6 days just to figure out what they're going to write. Yeah. I mean, to a songwriter, I guess it comes just like that constantly, huh?
Man, sometimes no. sometimes it's.
But it takes y'all 15 minutes to write the song.
Yeah, sometimes no, it's terrible. It'll take you forever, but it's the ones that just kind of fall out are the ones that you should hold on to and make it special.
Right.
So, any of those ones that just kind of happen are normally the ones that I gravitate towards and try to keep and fight for to have on my records and sing all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Now, are you far enough outside of Nashville that you didn't get affected with all the tornadoes they've been having and stuff?
Yeah, man. Unfortunately, or fortunately, it stayed away from me. Yeah. But what was awful was there was a lot of media attention. A lot of it was covering just Nashville. When there was a lot of outskirts.
There was a lot of places on the outskirts that actually got hit. Yeah, real bad.
Clarksville and Hermitage and all those places, they got hit real bad. Fortunately, I don't have fans. I hate that word. Anybody who, works all week long to, earn money and then decides to reach in their pocket to support me and my music, that's what family does. That's not what fans do. I call them a family. So fortunately, I have a family of people that felt for them. So we raised some money, and I was able to go out there and buy a lot of food, tennis shoes, everything. And then there was 2 hotels in Clarksville that opened up, and I let people stay in there. And the first night was free, but because of all my family members donating, we were able to buy them a week there for free.
I think Clarksville got hit the worst out of all of them, didn't it?
Dude, so bad. It was awful. People lost everything, and when you say lose everything, it's not like it's a small town, so everything they do is within that town. So when they lose their house and their cars and everything, they've also lost their job because that job got swept away, and that's so they literally lose everything. And it was heartbreaking.
A lot of people don't realize it's different in a big city because I've been here long enough to see big tornadoes go through and tear up, Kissimmee. It went through Kissimmee in '98, and outskirts of Orange County, stuff like that. So when it's different for a little town that you only have a couple thousand people, and it goes through there and wipes out the whole town. I mean, that's the whole town. That's everything, everybody's livelihood. So yeah, it's definitely a difference between.
Man, it was heartbreaking. You drive out to Cookeville. Cookeville's like probably an hour away from me, but there was a million great companies that were helping Nashville that were starting up and giving, but because it was so messed up in Nashville, they couldn't get all the way out to Cookeville to help.
They couldn't get out there,
those people. So it was nice that we were able to, contribute a little bit. I wish I could have done even more.
Yeah, we definitely our goal. This is here at WBCW, our goal, what we want to do in 2 years, at least by 2022 or even 2023 at the stretch, we want to be able to come out. Our plan is to come up to Nashville because, believe it or not, I've never been to Nashville. We want to come to Nashville. Yeah, I've never been. I've been to it, but I've never actually been to it. I want to come up to Nashville. We want to put a stage right on Main Street during CMA Fest because Craig Campbell's already invited me to his cornhole tournament. So I want to go up there and do the cornhole tournament with him at the same time and have a stage to where we can invite all of our family, like you, to come and sit and play on that stage, and have a good old time and show people who, what country music is all about. Good, old stuff and new stuff. So I think it'll be fun. If I get a chance to see Nashville for the first time, I think that's the way I'd want to do it.
Yeah, man, absolutely. And to hang with Craig Campbell, he's always a fun hang.
He's a trip. I've interviewed him at least 3 times, and he's just. I've seen his show. Matter of fact, he played a real small show for us down. Matter of fact, Amber was at it when they were down in Port St. Lucie, and then I interviewed him at the Country 500 at the Speedway at Daytona. And him and Mindy and the kids are always nice. Every time I get a chance to talk to him, he's a cool dude, and of course he's been around for a long time too. So
Yeah, man.
it's funny because I'm growing up with the people that I grew up with, but yet they're becoming singers, and I'm a DJ, and that's me. I'm a DJ.
That's an important job, brother.
I know, and it's great because I get, like I said, I get to meet a lot of cool people and interesting people in this business, and some days I look at myself and say, why am I doing this again? And I get it. It can be hard, but it's worth it. I wouldn't change it for the world.
Well, I'm thankful.
Definitely. Amber, you're next. Amber, you're next. I'm calling you because you need to come on our show and do our Instagram Live.
Yeah, man.
So you're next. But she's all. I'm glad she's here because it's hard to get a hold of Amber. Amber is hard to get a hold of. She's always busy doing something. Tell us one thing about you that none of your family knows about.
None of my family knows about. Man, I think that some might know about, like my very close circle will know about it. But I love to cook, and I can throw down on some sausage gravy, man. I'm probably the best.
Sausage gravy?
Yeah, I'm probably the best.
Biscuits and gravy?
Yeah, I'm probably the best sausage gravy you've ever had in your life.
Hell yeah!
I used to watch my grandmother make it in a skillet, and then I watched my mother make it in a skillet, and then I just stole all their secrets, and now I could box it up and sell it for sure.
I love to cook too. It's all barbecue, brisket. I'm pretty good in the kitchen too, but my thing is the meat department. I dibble and dabble. Meat, sausage, biscuits, and gravy, corned beef hash, bacon and eggs. Yeah, I'm there, and I didn't get to be almost 350 pounds for nothing. So
yeah, hey, man. Nothing wrong.
I gotta lose that weight though. I gotta quit eating because if not, I might roll down the street somewhere. But what? I don't want to keep you too long because I know you're busy. Tell everybody where they can get your music at. Tell them how they can buy your merch, where they can go to and find it and all that good stuff.
Yeah, man, I'm on all social media. It's Sam Grow Music. If you're on here, just make sure it's got the blue check mark. It's all verified because if you try to follow somebody else, they're definitely not me, and they ask a bunch of weird DM questions. But you can listen to my music anywhere, no matter where you listen to it. It's on there. I Assure You Average Shows has uploaded it on there, and you can listen to it. So. And I have a website. It's officialsamgrow.com if you want to see where we'll be touring once this craziness is over. And that's it.
Well, definitely people that's out there paying attention. Amber, to answer your question, no, I won't be calling you today. I'll probably text you today to set something up. But no, you don't have to worry about it. I'm not going to interview you today because she's typing, no, don't call me today. I hope it's not today.
Oh, so it's because she's got to make it an event, dude. Every time Amber's got it.
I know, right?
I took her on the road with me for a few weeks. And it's
the first time I interviewed her. The first time I interviewed her, I said, this is Big Country. We're here, Florida Country Radio. I said, state your name. She said, oh, my God, that's great. You don't even know my name. I said, I know your name. They don't know your name. She's a trip. I love her to death. She's a sweetheart. But everybody, make sure you go out. His new single that just dropped Friday. It's called Song About You. It's an awesome single.
Nice.
Great music. I'll get up with Joe and get your music from him. We're going to add you to the top 20 countdown because it's going to be starting up here probably the end of the month, 1st of May. And we'll get your family to vote for you. See if we can't keep you in the running for Male Entertainer of the Year for Florida Country Radio. But we have fun with it every year, and it's a cool thing. Matter of fact, Miss Amber was 2018 Female Entertainer of the Year here in Florida Country Radio. So
love it.
We have fun with it. It's a good thing. Sam, I appreciate you for talking with me, buddy. I know I'm just me, and you got better things to do than to sit here.
Oh, man, I appreciate you taking your time out of the day. Thank you so much, man.
I appreciate it. I definitely I can keep in touch with you through Joe. It's all good, or you can message us and let me know where you're at and how you're doing and what's going on. But yeah, definitely we'll have to get together and when you come down for Florida and see if we can't. We need to get more. We need to get more stuff happening in Florida, and not so much the big events, the smaller events, to where we can have about 4 or 5 good artists, like you and Amber, and Colt, and a couple other ones, and just have us a good old drinking moonshine, sitting back and kicking back and relaxing good old time. That's what Florida needs right now. Well, just about everybody needs that, but they're going to need that once all this quarantine is done and over with. So,
dude, I'm in. Sign me up.
hell yeah! But and we'll get you hooked up with New York up there, Sandra Dees, because I know she's itching too. I want to do another interview with him. I want to do another interview.
Oh, I love her, man.
We got to get you hooked up with her too. So I appreciate it, Sam. Follow us on www.wbcwradio.net. We're also on Spotify. We're going to add his music. We're going to add Sam Groh's music to it, so that way you can follow us, check us out, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. We have a YouTube channel, Florida Country Radio or WBCW Networks. It's all there. But Sam, I appreciate you, buddy. Thanks for hanging with us, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay, man?
Thanks for having me, brother. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, bro.
Later.
Talk to you soon. Later.